Happy Easter, everyone! It's no secret that I like doing themed videos. Last Easter I covered my top 10 baby Pokemon to represent the theme of new life, but this year I didn't know what to do. And of course the answer was incredibly obvious and staring me right in the face. What better time to make another Easter eggs video than Easter? Around a year ago I made a few videos covering Easter eggs in the Pokemon trading card game, and there are still a lot of cards that I didn't cover. I made a lot of these videos within a very short amount of time, and while taking a break to focus on other projects, I kinda just forgot about it. But here it is, the long-awaited part 5 of this series thingy. So let's finally get into 10 more Pokemon card Easter eggs. So first we're going to start off with a small group of cards from Unleashed. I've been alerted by various people to the similar imagery used in quite a few of the grass type cards. The Turtwig and Cherubi lines, as well as Tropius, all have these grass type banners in the background. I like to think that it represents some kind of race, but that's just my take on it. I wanted to do more research though. A good way to find out more about these kinds of cards would be to see how they were originally released in Japan. Unleashed itself was never released as a proper set in Japan, so I figured that these cards would have to come from somewhere unusual. Turns out these cards came from a Torterra half deck, released alongside Magmortar, Blastoise, and Raichu half decks. And what do you know, the cards in those respective decks all have the same imagery as the previously mentioned cards, with the banners being changed to represent the deck's type. It's like all these Pokemon are in races determined by type, and each card shows a different Pokemon's perspective. It's on a scale that I've never seen before, with the sheer amount of cards that share this imagery, so it's really quite a treat. This Bulbasaur and Ivysaur duo way back from Crystal Guardians is another one of those that splits up one picture between two cards. Put them back together, and you've got one picture of Bulbasaur and Ivysaur frolicking in the flowers. One card that I've been meaning to talk about for a while but just forgot about would be Breakpoint's Lapras. If you look closely, you can see a mysterious figure swimming near the surface. I don't know about you, but I'm almost certain that that's Misty, especially considering the trainer card Misty's Determination was reprinted in this same set. You don't often see people in the artwork of cards, but I think that this cameo was really well placed. I don't know if this one counts as a proper Easter egg, but it took me forever to figure it out, and when I did I thought it was really clever, so let's go with it. EX cards were first introduced in Gen 3, and then in Gen 4 they took a break in favour of level X's. Gen 5 got off to a slow start in terms of Ultra Rares, but a few sets in they reintroduced the X's. The 3 sets that are part of this reintroduction would be Next Destinies, Dark Explorers, and Dragons Exalted. Do you notice anything? They all have EX in their names! I know it's intentional, because they even have the X highlighted in each logo. I don't know why it took me so long to figure it out, but I think it's pretty clever. Next is another duo of Plusle and Minun cards, of which there are a lot. This time coming from EX Deoxys. Like most of the others, it shows one scene from the perspective of both Plusle and Minun. They seem to be having a little bit of a jig in this one too. Next is a duo of cards that I would be very impressed if you knew about. In 2009, a duo of promotional cards were released in Japan, but never saw a translation. These two would be Jigglypuff and Chatot. This is one of those duos that shows one scene from a different perspective per card. In Jigglypuff, you get the front view of the beach, and you can see Chatot gliding in the background, whereas in Chatot's card, you can see Jigglypuff frolicking in the distance. So you may remember in this series I covered the Chespin and Snorlax cards from Breakthrough. Well, that isn't the only Chespin card in the set. There are 3 of them, and once I looked at the other 2, it alerted me to a recurring hidden theme throughout the set. There are quite a lot of Pokemon with more than one card in this set, and for the most part they all represent what I interpret to be a theme of contrasting rural and modern settings. For example, the first Chespin is picking fruit on a farm, and the second seems to be in a lab. There are also 2 Remoraid cards, one shown on the seafloor, and the other in a more modern setting near a boat. There's a Magnemite in a forest, and another in some modern place. I don't know what else to call it. There are 2 Zorua cards, one out in the wild, and another domesticated in the city. Of the 2 Axu cards, one is eating whole fruit outside excitedly, while the other is more patient, and about to tuck into some chopped fruit inside. I think the duo of Doduo cards also fits into this, showing the difference between past and present delivery methods. While there are a couple more duos of cards that don't seem to fit into this theme as well, it was clearly intentional throughout the set, and was pretty fun to discover. Next is another Easter egg from Breakthrough, with only one card this time. This Marowak seems to be in the presence of something pretty exciting, but zoom in a little, and it would seem there's a silhouette that looks a lot like Mega Mewtwo Y. It's not possible to tell whether or not it's the same one as in the set, but it wouldn't be the first time that they've shown EXs from a different perspective. This next one is a little more difficult to tell if you've never seen the full picture, but the Raikou, Entei, and Suicune cards from Neo Revelation are just parts of a gorgeous image showing them leaping away from the burn tower. Honestly, these are some of my favorite types of card Easter eggs, so I hope that they start making more like these 3 again. And we're gonna finish off with more Southern Islands cards. The next trio of cards I'll cover from this set includes Togepi, Ivysaur, and Raticate, which all make up a lovely scene shown on the Riverside postcard. I love cards that feature multiple Pokemon, but it's a shame that so few of the Pokemon in this piece of artwork got their own cards. Still, the art style is gorgeous, so I'm content just looking at it. But that's it for part 5 of 10 Pokemon card Easter eggs. If you've spotted something hidden that I haven't covered yet, then go ahead and tell me. I write everything down as I go along, so it'll help me make more of these videos faster. I hope you all have an amazing Easter. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!